Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mike. Wanted to do a quick video of the new cell phone mount that came in today for my bike, and I'm gonna go over that. This is I think I paid like $8 for this this mount off eBay, and I'll give the item number in the video description below. Some guys, you know, on GS Twins, one of them bought, I think Bakken Boy bought a RAM mount, and it looks really good. And I did some reviews on YouTube. I watched some reviews on YouTube, excuse me, and looked at all the different accessories and stuff like that that they had to mount it with. And they have lots of mounts, lots of different ball pivot mounts that you can do to your brake reservoir or your mirror stem or stuff like that. But what I wanted was a center mount, almost like a stem mount for your yoke. And one of the problems that we run into on the bike was that our stems are solid. They're not hollow, that you can run, you know, that wedge down in there and then you know, run your ram bolt through there and tighten it up. This here, what we're going to do, and I'll show this in another part of the video, or give pictures at least, but we're going to take this bolt out of the valve, not the valve stem, but the yoke stem, and run that bolt through this, and then, you know, put the bolt back on top and tighten it down and lock it in place. And I don't foresee any problem with that whatsoever. You know, again, this is like $8 versus, you know, a $50 or $60 deal that we were going to run in a RAM mount setup. So if I lose $8 in this, I'm not worried about it, but it's something that I do want to try. Now, this is a Samsung Galaxy Note 2. It's a very wide phone. It's a very heavy phone, heavier than most, because I do have a zero lemon 9300 milliamp hour battery on the back of this. I work off my phone, all my business and my clients, my customers call, email, text me on this phone, so I use it quite a bit. And with that battery, I can go, you know, 3, 4, sometimes, you know, up to 5 days, depending on how heavy I use it. So, and it does fit, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment. This kind of spring load mechanism, but we'll get into that. You know, over here, this flexible part is very, very stiff. When I say you have to exert a good bit of pressure to bend it, you do. It's really, really good. And by the way, I'm gonna try to correct the fisheye from I'm using my Hero 3 Black Edition to record this because, you know, my phone's right there. But I'm gonna try to correct the fisheye with Photoshop or the other Adobe product I can't think of right offhand. So the only thing I don't like about this, and here, once you have it mounted in place, and of course this clips into the back of that, I'll show you. But once you have it how you want it, one way or the other, here we go, you can tighten that down, alright, and it locks. It makes it really stiff on how you can position your device. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's basically 4 little legs here, and they are key cut, meaning that they slide in here a very certain way, as you can see. And basically, this button here, you can pull that out and then rotate it. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Nope, wrong way. Or maybe that's the wrong way. Oh, there it goes. Alright, basically, you can, as you can see, you can twist that once you get it bolted down, lock it in place, and it won't twist. The only thing extra I'm going to do, and there's nothing wrong with this design, it's just bicycles, motorcycles especially, vibrate a lot. That's why we use Loctite on every bolt that goes in the bike somewhere. But I'm going to epoxy this together just so I have no problems. I want to make sure of, because these Note 2s are new. I bought one for my wife for her birthday, and then I liked it so much I turned and bought myself one. So I want to make sure when we're running down the road at 60, 70, 80, you know, no lie, 90, 100 miles an hour, you know, I don't lose this device. but that's the only thing I'm gonna do extra on top of the original mount that it has. Now there's a button right here that you can push. Basically you can see it opens very, very wide, and again, this is a Samsung Note 2, much wider than most other devices. And basically, let me set the camera down well, we'll do it with two hands. Alright, and at that point there, I mean, it's very firm. I can squeeze it down some more, but I'm trying not to touch the screen while I do all this. But it's really stable. This foam, it's a soft foam, but it holds the phone in really, really well. I hadn't had any problems with it while I've tested it. And of course, we're going to put it on the bike here in a little while and lock it all down. And I'll show you, again, how it fits. Looking at some of the RAM mounts, I really like them. I really like the design of them. Here we go. I'm trying to find that button. But the problem that I had was none of the mounts, even though I liked them, none of them were made for a solid stem. Now you could buy other little mount ball pivot joints that you could put on top of your brake reservoir or your mirror stem, stuff like that, but and while they'll function just fine, I wanted a mount that was going to be centered to my bars. I don't have a full set of standard bars. We have clip-ons, and so some of the U-bolts that we could use, they'd take the device over to the left or over to the right, and I didn't want that. I wanted it dead center. We could have used a gas cap mount, but the problem is I have a Alpine, I think it's a Aerostar, tank bags, like a $200 bag. Real nice, by the way. I love it hands down, but it covers the tank, so I couldn't do that. While the Alpine Stars bag does have a cell phone case with a clear plastic on top, it makes it really hard to change the screen. So I didn't like that, and so this is why I went in this direction with this setup. So again, really, really good device. Seems to be really, really solid. You can hear the ratcheting mechanisms there click in place. And of course, if I let my hands move out of the way. So at the price of this, if it works, I'll probably buy another one for $8 just as a backup. I don't expect any issues out of this whatsoever. The ratcheting mechanism, again, you get what you pay for. It's $8. It's from overseas, so I'm sure the quality isn't what it is for a RAM mount, but the price is certainly right for the basic functionality that it gives. But anyway, let me see if I can get some pictures with it on the bike, and we'll do another video on that, and we'll conglomerate these, put it all in one, and see what we get. But thanks for watching, and see you next time. Hey guys, welcome back. Real quick, wanted to show something real quick on how to had to adjust the opening on this. When I said earlier, and this is the stem bolt that goes on the GS5 yoke. Alright, it's a solid bolt, as you can see. It's not hollow yoke. This is it's like 9.8 mil, so might as well say 10 mil. The opening on this is, as you can see here, I've already kind of opened it up a little bit, but on the top half where that's stock, that measured about 7.5 mils, so I had to open this up on the bottom just enough so I can get that to go through. Alright, so I just want you guys to know this. If you try to copy this and want to do this same mount setup, you're gonna have to open that up just a little bit. And again, I just used Dremel with a standard stone bit, and took 30-45 seconds maybe. So anyway, let me get it put on and I'll be back. Alright guys, welcome back. So as you can see, at this point, alright, we've mounted this up under that stem bolt, and or yoke bolt, however you want to phrase that. Alright, so let's see if we can get a clearance issue. Now you can see, I mean, it's probably 1/2 inch, you know, from the fuel tank to the bottom of this mount. So we're doing really good there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this positioned how I like it. And what else? Get the phone put in it and see what you think. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we are, and thinking maybe this Hero 3 isn't the best camera to use for this because of the fisheye, but hopefully I can get some of that corrected. So it's in place, and I wish I had two hands that I could show you. I mean, I can push on the bottom of this, trying to push the phone up, and it doesn't move. When you squeeze those clamps down on the phone, I mean, it's there. So it seems pretty solid. I guess it's, you know, it's not going to vibrate any more than any other. But then at the same time, you know, I'm running a Sena SMH10R Slim Bluetooth on my helmet. So, and it's voice activated. So if I get an incoming call, I just choose to accept it by voice. And I don't need my phone, you know, to pick up a call. Now, it doesn't tell me who's calling, so I could use my phone as a preview to who's calling, so I know if I want to answer it or not. But you know, it's nice to have the phone here, and I'm going to use this more or less for navigation and Bluetooth music, which I use quite a bit. Even though the controls and volume from the Sena are available through the headset itself, I cannot activate the music by voice, which is something I'm looking into doing, because I'm running not aftermarket, but I'm running custom software on this Note 2. By the way, it's rooted, the bootloader is unlocked, and it's running a custom ROM and all that good stuff. So I'll look into maybe going back to the OEM software or finding some third-party voice activation software for the phone itself, and maybe that will resolve that issue. Alright, but let's see if I can dismount here. Alright, and so as you can see, you know, you kind of get an idea of where it sets, you know, from the device. I've got plenty of room right here for my tank bag. Alright, no issues. Like I said, I'm running, you know, 89 clip-ons on here, and yeah, I could have run a U-bolt RAM mount right here, but I didn't want my device off to the side. It's just something that, you know, I really didn't want. I wanted it centered to the bike. So maybe that'll help. I hope it does. Love my phone. Other than that, no issues. Very quick and simple install. Okay, and you can kind of see how I bent the mount, by the way. I still have to epoxy, you know, this piece here, which I'll take care of that later. And again, that's just for a safety measure, just to make sure. What else? I think that's it. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, hit me up, let me know. Again, I'll put the item number to this mount in the video description below, so if you guys want to try it out and have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.